Live from the home, the training camp home of the defending AFC West champion Kansas City Chiefs, coming off a 12-4 season in Andy Reid's fourth year leading the way for the Chiefs, heading into his fifth training camp now with this ball club, their eighth year here on the campus of Missouri Western State University. As we welcome you here to another live hour of Inside Training Camp Live, presented by Mitsubishi Motors, alongside Daniel Jeremiah. I am Rhett Lewis. Maurice Jones-Drew is on lunch break, so we'll get back to him here shortly. But the Chiefs were on the field, and a good day for them. And I know a good day for you to catch up with some of your old compadres.
Yeah, you got a head coach here in Andy Reid who was around in Philadelphia, as well as a general manager in Brett Veach. So good to catch up with those guys.
No question. Let's stick right here in the AFC West and head out to Costa Mesa, California, beginning of a new era for the now Los Angeles Chargers. Practice number 2 on the way from Orange County, California. How many miles is that from their old digs? What do you think? Less than 100, right?
Flanny can tell you that.
Yeah,
She'll know.
She is. Alex Flanagan also with us watching Chargers practice. And as you get a look at that,
guys.
Melvin Ingram working through. Hey, what's going on, Alex? Set the scene for us out there.
I think it's something like 63 miles or so. So some people still making the commute.
Good work.
Second day of training camp practice out here for the Chargers. You can see the defensive line and defensive line coach Give Smith there in the blue cap working with that defensive line. And, man, Joey Bosa, he has his way. He's going to have his way with those Kansas City Chiefs, right? And Alex Smith. But listen, we had about 5,000 people out here yesterday, and it was, I think, a really good thing for Chargers coaches and players and the front office to get this first day, given the transition that they've been going through, under their belt. And so I think now they really feel like they're kind of getting the kinks and the chaos worked out and settling into these new digs. And I think it's still going to take a little time for them to get all that worked out. I think it's been kind of a grind to move this organization north, even though it is, less than 90 miles away. But I think they're settling in now. And I think the reaction to new head coach Anthony Lynn has been really good. I think Philip Rivers just saying he's a very straight shooter, a no-nonsense type coach. Players like his authenticity. You kind of know where you stand with him. It was interesting yesterday to listen to Joey Bosa talking a little bit. In some ways, he maybe threw last year's coaching staff under the bus a little bit in saying that they have a level of competition here that didn't exist last year, and that you can really feel that already with the team, and you can feel he actually said in his press conference yesterday, nobody's pointing fingers anymore. So you wonder, obviously maybe that was something happening last year under Mike McCoy, but the new regime here, the new location, and I think a lot of people are excited. On paper, I think this team looks pretty good, and there you see Joey Bosa. Man, what a year he had, you guys, and now they've got Melvin Ingram signed and with a new contract, and that situation taken care of. And I mean, those two guys together should be pretty darn formidable, don't you think?
Yeah, no question, Alex. Boy, a little bit loud out there as the Chargers get started in this second practice here. And, she's talking a little bit about the excitement that's going on there in LA. Almost 5,000 fans out there. I mean, that's a little surprising. I mean, that's a great number and some great support early on here. But a big reason for that excitement is what you're looking at, those guys in blue jerseys. Where, DJ, if you're looking up and down the roster on the defensive side of the ball for the Chargers, you're seeing first-round picks. I mean, we're talking Joey Bosa. Last year, Corey Liuget, a mainstay, Melvin Ingram, Jason Verrett. Plenty of talent for that defense, and that'll be a strength of this team.
Yeah, I need to stay healthy. If they can get Jason Verrett for a full 16 games, which has been tough to do, but if they can put him and Hayward out there for 16 weeks, I think you're going to see an elite defense. And just being here in Kansas City and seeing what we're looking at right now with the Chargers, the West Coast, right? The West Coast always has a reputation as it's soft out there on the West, right? They play some defense in the AFC West, and they can get after the quarterback.
Sure thing. And, let's not forget Brandon Mebane came over from the Seahawks a year ago and ended up missing 6 games with a torn bicep, but a big piece, literally, right in the middle of that defense. And then on the second level, talking about Denzel Perryman, talking about
Jatavis Brown.
And Jatavis Brown, a guy who could make some plays before he got hurt last year. So, I mean, kind of, if like you mentioned, got to stay healthy, but you're looking at playmakers on every level.
Yeah, they got guys, and to me, in this division, it's about getting to the quarterback, and that's what you're going to do with a Melvin Ingram and a Joey Bosa. Those are the guys who are going to be able to get home, and they've got some other guys they can rotate through there. But Joey Bosa, to me, is a legitimate NFL Defensive Player of the Year candidate. He's got that type of ability.
No question about it, because when you talk about his production in, just 12 games in his rookie season, I mean, in his first 12 games, he's in the company of guys like Julius Peppers, Von Miller, Reggie White, and Charles Haley in terms of most sacks in the first 12 games of a career. So, yeah, you're off to a pretty good start if you're Joey Bosa. Alex Flanagan's still with us watching Chargers practice. And Alex, I would just imagine that Gus Bradley has been chomping at the bit to get his hands on a player like Joey Bosa as the new DC.
Yeah, and I think the players, Red, are really excited to have Gus Bradley here too. I think just his energy and what he brings to this team, I think they've responded and reacted to him really well. And it will be interesting to see how they transition from a 3-4 defense into Gus's 4-3 system. He simplifies things, and Gus's priority is really to have a defense that plays really fast. And I agree with what DJ is saying. I think the two corners here could be a really great duo in this league. Jason Verrett is on the PUP right now, and I'm being told that is just kind of a little bit precautionary for him, and expect that we're going to see him in training camp. Meanwhile, Mike Williams, you guys know, the first-round wide receiver pick, is standing by and watching today. He won't be taking part or practicing at all during training camp. I'm looking right now to see if I can see him out there. See if our cameraman can find number 7 anywhere. We saw him working on the jug machine yesterday, and I was just talking to Tom Telesco and some of the people out here, you guys, the GM of the Chargers. There's a lot of, I think, varying information about Mike Williams out there right now, and here's what we know. He is not expected to practice at all during training camp. He has a slightly herniated disc in his back. They don't exactly know what the future holds in terms of when that will become asymptomatic, and that's what needs to happen. They feel like he went through the rest period that he's needed to go through. Now he needs to work on rehabbing it, building abdominal muscles, doing different exercises that will help him with that. He has had a few epidurals. I don't think it will be likely that he has a third. It didn't seem like he responded that well to the first epidural. And so they're going to have to just kind of take a wait-and-see approach. Obviously, they don't want him to go under the knife right away. They don't want to have him have surgery right away. If they wanted him to do that, they might have already done that. So I think they're just in a little bit of a holding pattern to see what happens with him, and hope. They're very hopeful. I think they were a little surprised by some of the reports saying that he's out for the season. I don't think they really know that yet. I think they certainly are hopeful that he's going to get better and that they're going to be able to utilize him. It would be a big loss, not to have him here. Obviously, the 7th overall draft pick, you expect to have him here. And like I said earlier, with Red, it's a little bit of a different situation than not having Joey Bosa here last year for 4 games. I think with Mike Williams, DJ, and Rhett, you kind of don't miss what you haven't had yet in terms of Phillip Rivers, but certainly when you pick him that soon in the draft, that early in the draft, you're expecting that guy to come in and make an impact.
Yeah, and as you rightly pointed out, let's not forget that guy Tyrell Williams kind of had a breakout season a year ago. Keenan Allen coming back from injury. And they gave a lot of money to Travis Benjamin, DJ, to come over from the Cleveland Browns a season ago.
They just need to keep Keenan Allen on the football
Yes.
field. That's the key for this offense.
Yeah, I know Phillip Rivers excited to see him back out on the field. And, we talked about this being a new era for multiple reasons for the Los Angeles Chargers, making the move up the coast of California and also hiring Anthony Lynn as the head coach. So to kind of get you acclimated to Coach Lynn's style, let's put a mic on him, get him wired.
Today's players, they don't like the tape angles. And research says they're right, that taping angles make the angles weaker. So you shaking off some of that rust, huh? Shaking off the rust. Yeah. One day you're trying out, next day you got to charge your helmet on. Yeah. Make the most out of it. Riverside! Riverside! All right, we get points before the half. Points before the half. How we feeling today, 2-8? Okay, that's what I like to hear. Oh, look what you found. Look what you found. You're going to have to feed him formula. In college, they ran 2 coverages, I guarantee you. 0 and quarters. I see the coverage skills. I need to see the physical. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, now we getting it. Gonna move the ball. Another competitive period. Hey, Randall, you getting close. Protect your teammate. Just stand back here and just make sure you watch your position, get your mentals. Yeah. All them calls he talking about, you making them.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he not ready for that whole food yet.
No,
Just-
that baby
yeah,
food.
that baby food. Yep. There you go. Good power, good power. That's it. Appreciate you being them test dummy. All right, Rook.
Anthony Lynn in his first training camp as a head coach there, wired up. Hey, let's take a little look at what's going on social media right now. Check out the Broncos. Get it out of your system now, Manuel Sanders. Talking a little bit about some celebration antics that will draw a penalty when the real game action kicks off here in 2017. What else we got? How about Duke Johnson? Cleveland Browns running back. Cold tub. That's training camp life right there, right?
I could go for a cold tub right about now.
Absolutely go for a cold tub. MJD's been working hard too. You go for a cold tub, right?
Yeah, no problem.
From the Jets Twitter account, the commissioner hanging out at Jets camp, I believe. Can't really
Matt
see
Forte,
who's-
maybe?
is that Forte? That's who it is behind that beard. All right, when we come back here on Inside Training Camp Live, the old veteran Antonio Gates getting set for another training camp with the Chargers.
94th training camp.
Isn't that something?
Been there forever.
A world record. Back with the Chargers next here on Inside Training Camp Live, presented by Mitsubishi Motors.
Inside Training Camp Live is presented